Hello. So in this video, I want to look actually on a practical use of AI generated art. Recently, a lot of bad negativity going about this, and which is I think very unfair because AI art is just a tool, okay, and it's how people use it and the way it's used, and it's excellent tools to use it in many ways. It's just example. If you have a digital camera, you can use a digital camera to take photos of the war or weddings, take photos of the pornography or religion ceremony. You can use it just a tool. Same with AI art, just a tool. So as a tool, I want to show you ways and how you can use it in specific areas. And one what I'm going to show is with filmmaking, cinematic, because as director in the studio and other things, so we can create a lot of stuff. And I'll want to share how we're using, where we're using, and why you should actually use, how much it will save time. So let's go ahead and start with that. Okay, so let's beginning with the very things what people see many times. It's a posters. Okay, here's a few examples. I create posters. This is for small movies. Some was done for big movies and all this stuff. Some studio do, because of this negativity, currently kind of, oh, don't use it, but in reality, they don't care as long as it's done. But let you give examples. Right here, we have it one poster. You can see background generated in Midjourney. Very easy, very fast, very efficient to create, and it's delivered the point what we want to show. There's another ones with a background, and here's another ones. And the one thing, keep it in mind, it's not straight out of the AI, okay? It is components that you can use it. Like right here, the background, you can see broken mirrors, all the stuff, but look on these actors everywhere. So it's a lot of compositing. What does benefit? It saves a lot of time first to render this way, to create the image. And beside that, even before that, it was to create so many versions of this. So you can provide to the client before you spend a lot of time, and they can go over and select, oh, I like this, I like this, or I don't like this, and so on. And speak about send to the client. Next, it will be with our concept art. So let's go this. For that, we'll jump in the Midjourney. And as concept art, what I was saying, you want to create some feel in this, and you want to render for your poster, for example, as a background. So what I like to do, it is type background as a first, like right here, you can see background wooden shelf. So let's go copy this and we'll go to Imagine. Currently I'm working with Midjourney, and we're using version 4. So let me actually, before we jump in, let me share my settings. And you can see right here, we set on version 4. Base quality, middle style, regular upscale. I have it the remix mode enabled because sometimes I switch maybe to mode 3 or other things, and fast mode. So now we can go Imagine, and we're going to put it. Most important, it is when we create background, like for the poster or concept, it is put it word background first, because it does help isolate without people, and it's work very well. We could add tiles, but currently in version 3, version 4 does not support tiles. Next, what we have it is description, wooden shelves, what I want on the background, with the old books, dark witch. So in some case we describe this, and after we have it description, and this is personal preference, what I like to do. I like to have it main subject first, main define, next details of the environment, and after more kind of like technical details, we can say photorealistic, high detail, ultra sharp. So it's more defining of the style, stylization that we have it. And of course, because it's a poster, vertical poster, we want to do 2x3 AR. With version 4, you have it 2x3, 3x2, or a square. Okay, when we're done, let's go ahead and press enter, and will start to render at this moment. So this is render concept art for the poster, but it's work exactly the same. We can do concept art, how all scene work. For example, let's say I want werewolf, yes, so, and it's very easy, very nice for cinematic, because you have vision, and sometimes you have it words, but it's very hard to describe. When you work with concept artists and everything, it's usually you have it in a room, and you main art director created first have a concept, and you define them, not necessarily in details, but you define the other concept artists so they can work on each individual piece of this. But it will take time if you need going to figure out. So it's much easier with AI tool. It's much faster, much easier to do this. For example, if I want to have a film about werewolf, and I want werewolf in London, guys, music. So werewolf in London. So I can just type this inside, okay, and I can have it like Big Ben in the background. So, and I can describe empty streets, fog. It's just going kind of think what I will describe, what as I see in my head, okay, after photorealistic. And of course I want this AR 3:2 widescreen, and let's render this. So till it's render, we can look what we receive here, and it's perfect. Look at this, it's perfect background. So we can use this inside the posters if we do something about which. Again, it won't be the main, you can still use, but it won't be main. It will be most likely the actor will be up front of this, so it will be in the background, and it's excellent work. It just saved a lot of time to do this. And because how AI art work, it does inspire or created based on something, but it is unique, so it's not existed. If you don't think it's unique, take the copy, put it in Google search, try to find the exactly same image. You won't, because each of image that created, it's unique. Okay, so and right here we have it. You can see preview. Of course, when you're creating this, what's happening many times, AI not necessarily create what you wanted. And you have a few options you can go about this. One, you can actually go ahead and select and have it permutation like, well, I like this one too, so I will go from 1, or I go in kind of versions from 1 to adapt it. For example, we have Werewolf in London background, so we can go and say, you know what, maybe running away person in a black coat, okay, or something you can describe after a little bit more. And I tell you true, when I work on a concept or other things, what I do, I will set up my first environment like a empty street of London, okay, and after going a remix and add little bit more details to this, what I want to describe, and work my progression that way. This will help me be sure I have a very guided way to going. So I have a start point and I'm guiding from that point again. This is one way to do. Next, and it will lead also to our subject of the storyboard. Storyboard, it's surprisingly easy to do. So many times we have artists who are specifically working on a storyboard. So you bring artist and you need to explain, you need to show all the stuff what need to be done. But instead, you know, you can even create your simple storyboards, like right here. I have it rocket, okay? So let's go ahead. We'll go click, upload it to rocket. I have it a very simple sketch, and we'll work with this. Before we jump, let's see what our result. And you can see right here, person is running away. So you can see how you can work around this. This is not perfect, but it's give it theme, it's give it starting point. Again, that is not solution that will replace your concept art, okay? This is the solution that give you starting point to work towards, so you can find from all this mutation one that you like it, or maybe give you another idea, and after you can work with your arts personally, or another person or another artist can continue working with this idea. So instead doing your hands, you know, and try to explain with your fingers what you wanted, you can actually visually present. So this is that. Okay, let's now jump to our next. And right here, storyboard. For example, if you have no drawing skill, you can download an image like this beautiful image of the spaceship, and I can have it, well, what I want in my storyboard for this specific shot. I want to have it, for example, let's go copy paste. We'll paste our reference image, and I will have it spaceship flying cross screen. Well, we don't need to actually define this cross screen. We can flying up, stars on the background. Realistic, photorealistic. You can add something other stuff if you want it this way. And you know what, you can also says, okay, AR 3:2, let's go do this way. Here's interesting thing. So when you do this way, first time when we render right now, you'll notice it will look more like sketchy. So, but we want, if you want to add more photorealistic from segment you want it, we'll go to render one, save it, and run again. Okay, so right here you can see it's perfect. Look on this. It's better than my chicken scratch, okay, drawing. But right here, for example, I say, oh, this one look more close, so I'm going to upscale the first image that is kind of resemble. Maybe it's what I want to show you in my the storyboards as we're going along. Okay, so right here, render, and if it's not it still look like illustration, well, what I need to do is just rerun again. Okay, I'm copying this what we render. We'll put there, copy paste what we already created, and let me copy this line which we just done. Notice what I done. I don't use it my first sketch. I'm using my secondary, which is re-render. That way we can achieve even more photorealistic effect. Okay, so when we run second time, let's see right here, you can see it's look way better, more realistic if you need it. And when we render a little bit bigger size, there you go. And you can remember, you can do more than once. And this is very good if you want to achieve some elements for your storyboard. If you're creating and you want to add more details, you can reuse it. Not just your chicken sketch, but you can render other ones. And remember, this is storyboard creating from this drawing what I put it just a concept, okay, and I can create a little bit more realistic that I can actually present and say, hey, this is my storyboard, the ship flying or this happened and so on. And sometimes it's very hard, like what you want if describe the one man running after another or something happen or close up. Again, sketch, even just simple lines, put it there in AI, and it's incredible tool to help you to save a lot of time on this. And continue on this concept art, so storyboard. And let's say when you need design, one of the biggest things what we do is work with a set design. So when you start working on this concept, so let's say this, I want to shoot maybe some sci-fi, and I say, what? How does it look? I want to preview like sci-fi bedroom, okay? So, and I can have it futuristic sci-fi apartment. Inside, neon lighting on the floor, and you can actually describe what you see. This is actually best part of this, because I can go and I describe very large windows, okay, cyber city behind if you want to describe this, but I probably won't say. And also the best parts about this, like maybe plastic furniture, wide orange red. Notice what I do, I put in the colors here. Yes, I putting also list of the colors that I want to be expecting in my scenery. So when I'm done with this, we'll go ahead and render. You can put it also photorealistic at this point or any other ones, and usually I will do photorealistic if I need to re-render. And just let's go, just as we're waiting for this, I'm going to create another copy. Okay, let's go to this Imagine, and I will do two copies. One I will do with photorealistic, stick cinematic, okay, that is one, and we'll do another one, but we'll go 1950s style. So we'll see what is different does. But this is, again, it's what I like to do. I like to describe what is inside and put it like coloring, description, details, and stylization, kind of going to the end. Okay, so let's go see what we have with our concept, and it was futuristic cyan colors. You notice right here, perfect. Look on this coloring. Precisely what I want is red, yellow, orange, all this, like what I put it, very good for the concept, just to preview what I wanted. And this is give it also to work around, like for example, pay attention to like windows, everything. Let's see what's different if I going with more stylizations. So this is will be our photorealistic. It does a little bit add, but still be quite a bit nice chairs, everything. But if I'm going with 1950 style, look on this chair. It's a perfect. So if I work like on a set design or anything, I would gone through this, and I did create a lot of it. I can show you maybe some other time when we did with like bedroom, cyberpunk, and other ones, set designs. And this is perfect because it's creating a nice design, nice reference. Again, it is not final. What I said before, this is not what will going when you create film or other things. This is your starting point So when you can create with your team, you can pull out and says, okay, from all this, I like this looking element, so let's work this one. Then your team come in with a real artisan's work. It does not take the jobs from your artists, because they still need to do it exactly the same. Only what it does is deliver your concept, your vision more clearly to your team when you created this. Okay, the next one is actually two more things, well, more than two, but things that I want to kind of combine it together. And it is one, let's go speak about character design, because outfit for the character, and character is great. If you use it before Artbreather, you're probably very familiar with Artbreather to creating characters, and it was using as the tools for a long time. When you created video games, when you create other ones, you want concept, kind of idea how your character can look, and this is a great way to do. However, in AI as a Midjourney, it's much more powerful. So let's go ahead and I'll give you just example. If I want to create, let's imagine maybe let's go with the girl cyborg. Okay, kind of like this, even with beginning with this. And what I want to do, I want maybe like have it LED eyes. So I'm start describing, and if you write or anything, or you have a script, most time in a script you will have description of the character. So what you need to do is just almost copy and paste the description inside, and it will be nice, your starting point. And you don't need to take first what you see. For example, let's go LED eyes, and we'll say wires connected to the hands and head, crown. Let's go more cyber. Crown on a head. Okay, and we can add more elements, maybe old. There's a jacket, jeans, high heel, shoes. I don't know, you can put it all the description what is going there, and you start creating. The one thing I'll need kind of point and tip you on this: when you create with character, square is okay, but what I will recommend you to use it is 2x3. So what I'm meaning, 2x3 resolution, then it will be creating portrait size resolution, and it will be most likely will have it full body shot, and it's work very well when you work with character. For some reason I found it's given better result, but again, result will be a little bit unpredictable in this case because we use random generated options, and you always can go back and reuse if you needed this. Or remember, you have a sketch, so if you wanted, you can actually create sketch and do from this. If you're interested more, I have a video right there, I'll post for you how to work with the sketches, how you can import character sketch and keep from that point to go. Another great things what you can do, if you already have your actors there, you can actually import photos of actors. Then again, another video I put right there, how to work with the photos in the Midjourney, and you can use the actual photos of your actors and put an outfit on top of your actors to see how they will look. Okay, so let's right here, and you can see we have a very nice outfit design. For me personally, if I work on an outfit on this character or other things, even with this, this one is great idea for helmet. I mean, seriously, if you can create connections, this is work perfect. I love it how the LED going on a side. It's a great, I mean, one of the best tool for the concept. Okay, concept art, it's one of the best tool, period. AI, it saves so much time. Same like right here, we can see how with hair going. I mean, it's look perfect. Here's one thing. You notice right here, it does not give it us full body. So to do full body, we want to actually set full body. That is one things off. But other things what I found out, if you specify some other details to prompt AI to render this, for example, right here, let's go right there, we'll set wet ground. Okay, I specify ground, so I almost force it to AI to render ground below. For example, we had ground, we have it like wires on the floor. It's a force AI to also try to identify when it's creating some of those elements. So it will force it to almost create ground for us. It's meaning full link if we want to create this. Or we can also set like pants or shoes, long shoes. Long shoes maybe won't work, but we also can specify like on a background, the city. And I'm sorry if I'm misspelling. If I say the English is not my strongest parts, and you know what? If you ever know all my story with my bad English, because when I come to America, I go and I start working at Walmart, so I learn my English, and sometimes I was in so pickled situations by saying some inappropriate things that I thought is appropriate, okay, in English, because again, that is was very, very interesting things. Okay, so right here we have it there. Put it in how I say the couple tips and tricks. Just be sure you just specify ground, and this it does not guarantee it will work all the time, but you have a higher chance because now AI need to figure out put it weights to render those elements. So okay, and here's our trick definitely work. You can see the wet ground, it's what we kind of prompt. So if you have a problem to render like full figure elements, so just add something on the ground like wires, like wet ground or other things, that is will prompt AI to generate this. And we can see we have it now full figures kind of in an environment, so you can work and see how it's done. We can create our character, we can preview. As I said before, you can take a photo actually of the actors and put it inside if you want to see how it's look. And we already passed to this part when we look on the outfit creation. So for example, if I want, I can create cyberpunk. If I work on some outfit, on some design, and I use it even this to create my own cosplay outfits and other things, because it is great imaginary tool. It's taken a lot of stuff, concepts, and created from all elements, from inspirations all over internet, which is a very powerful tool. Again, it does not necessarily you can use this just to sell this, but it is help you starting point to create your own elements where you work from. So for example, cyberpunk armor. Okay, let's go, you know what, let's go do this way. Female. So we kind of more even address more specific, so it's not just cyberpunk armor with LED screens. Okay, maybe scratch it, old metal, plastic, and you can define what you need to do. And again, I will probably go with a 2x3, so I want the longer, but in this case you can actually concept out different ideas of art. For example, you can have it like this integrated, or if you want more detail, for example, I can go copy this one and let's go do another imagine, and we can do like inspire by angels. There you go. How about this? We can even done something like different. You can put it coloring also. For example, if we do same armor, and you can say, hey, you know what, I want this armor, but I want it more royal. We have it gold, white, porcelain. So we can actually, and of course I need to spell properly, it's why I have it spell checker here. That has helped me a lot. Well, help to some extent, because sometimes I know, guys, I put it there and it's a misspell. Sorry if it's happened, but you know what, this is process of creation. Okay, so let's go look on some design, and right here this is our first armor, and you can see beautiful. I mean, as a concept, I'm speechless for the concept art, because again, I'm not necessarily going to use exactly this, but to start point to put it overlay this one, it's a perfect, when you're going with this concept art. Even your 3D modeler, it's like great expression, which is another video I will going to do about this. And right here, if you want to decide as an angel, look, it's add beautiful, almost like wings, not necessarily all the way, but right there, it's a perfect armor look. And I do like this wiring. This is very gentle, like an angel, but very things. Man, that is a great concept art. And of course, we're going with more royal gold and white, and here we specify a little bit on how it's look, and it does look royal right there, like knight, gold and white, and a little bit porcelain. So it is perfect things. Overall, it's a great tools to do this. Okay, at this moment, what we'll look for and use it, and it is definitely the concept art. Concept art. It's a greatest tool for the filmmakers, and you can create concept art from the outfit on a character look and design itself, from the set design, how they look, where environmental design as well. So you don't need to use it, like, trust me, I work with a lot of 3D environmental render. You can check with a Vue or Target or other things, and it's take hours and hours to set up. With these ones, it take minutes for me to do same things. Again, I won't necessarily use this in the movies. I want to use it in as this, but it is as a concept art that I can pass along. Even render for the 3D, when you have design, you can pass and people can create this 3D environment set for this. Next, we also definitely look right here on the coloring. You can put color and see how did they look in your movie, how the combination of these colors versus another colors will work in your film before you actually start producing those set. We have also storyboards to creating. It's very easy, and you saw how it's from sketch, literally from my chicken head sketch. We put it there and it's creating. And of course the backgrounds, the more kind of creating on a posters and everything. Overall, it is very practical tool for the filmmakers. It is great tool, and as any tool, it's only as good as the people who use it and for what purposes you're using. Okay, so AI here to stay. AI, I don't think it will go away, and hopefully it will help you in your creations. And if you like this video, please give thumbs up, subscribe, share around. I will appreciate this, and have a great time to create your own work.